What's up, guys? My name is Devin, also known as FBE, and welcome back to another episode of Footballrs. In today's video, we're going to be unboxing and reviewing the Cutters Rev Pro 5.0 receiver gloves. So first thing we have to do in an unboxing is get them out of the package. So they do come in these little bags here, but this is the regular packaging. I'm going to focus on the red pair for today's video because I think it just looks so good. So first thing I noticed, extreme grip, huge font right there, and then Rev Pro 5.0 Cutters. These are a medium, so that's going to be my regular size. Let's take a look at the back of the packaging. These have what Cutters is most known for, and that's going to be their C-Tac grip. I'll talk more about that in a little bit. They have a RevTac recharge. Again, that's talking about the grip. All weather. I can't stress that enough. These gloves are great in all weather conditions. And then lastly, we have machine washable, which is another thing I absolutely love about Cutters, and I'll tell you guys a little bit more about that later. So let's read some of the smaller stuff here. Rev Pro 5.0 Air to C-Tac grip, extremely sticky, ventilated to keep hands cool. Lightweight back, more breathable and form-fitting. Enhanced fingertips, added stability, less twisting. Structure panels, ultimate comfort and support. And finally, the neoprene cuff, wrist comfort without the bulk. All right, so let's get it off of the packaging here. I was gonna focus on the red pair, but honestly, blue's my favorite color. So we're gonna make a pivot here, and we're gonna enjoy it. All right, guys, so we got out the blue pair. So first thing I wanna do is just kind of take a look at the overall design and just kind of talk about the glove a little bit. So the first thing I'm gonna notice is this nice neoprene cuff with a nice diamond stitch to it. I think that's a really cool detail. Looks very nice. Something new from the last model is that the mesh back of hand, there's just a lot less going on. The last one had these nice little overlays, but this one is just purely, ooh, this mesh is very thin. It's a nice, thin, probably breathable mesh. Looks pretty good. You've got the Cutters logo on the big strap here. At the very top of the glove, you have these finger caps, and the goal of these finger caps is to prevent that twisting, when you're catching the football. It keeps your fingers locked in one place so you don't drop the rock. Crucial stuff right here. And then you also have some nice little design overlays. Just like a little silicone, I don't know what material it is, but you've got their classic C logo, and then a couple cool diamonds, and then the most subtle detail ever. Can you guys see that? There it is, the RP5 Rev Pro 5. Just to remind you guys, these are the 5th Rev Pro model. Then moving on to the grip part, you have the famous Cutters C-Tac grip with plenty of holes, so that's going to give you guys a little bit of ventilation. Cutters makes some of the coolest grip in the game. I'll talk more about that in the actual review. It's one of a kind. It's unique. It's a lot different from the other brands on the market. Another thing I'm loving is this material between the fingers. That's going to allow your hands to breathe pretty well. So one thing I've noticed a lot is they've reduced the weight of this glove a lot. It looks like they went with a much lighter weight glove, just a lot less of those overlays that they've had on their past models, and it just feels like a pretty lightweight glove, but they've stayed true to their roots with this awesome C-Tac ventilated grip. And something else I just love about this glove is that the grip goes all the way down to the palm. So you guys are gonna have grip, or all the way down to the bottom of the wrist rather. So you guys are gonna have this grip all the way down instead of where most gloves, they cut off and have the cuff right there. You're gonna get that much extra room to make catches, so pretty cool. All right, so it fits good. So it does fit true to size because these are medium, and they fit me pretty good. So you guys can see that back of hand mesh is form-fitting. It's flexible. It is very thin. Like I can feel my hand, like each vein, like through this material. So it's definitely thin. So you guys are gonna definitely get some good air through there. And then of course you're gonna get some air through this nice ventilated palm and through the side of the fingers there. One thing I am noticing right away is that the top of the fingers are pretty tight, so that no twists. You guys can see it's kind of resisting the twist, even though I'm trying to twist it. So that's definitely nice. Oh yeah, the thumb is super sturdy thumb. This neoprene cuff feels really nice on the back of hand. It's super soft, gives you guys a little bit of padding. It kind of hugs your wrist nicely. Gives you a little bit of support, but nothing too much. Let's actually listen to the grip real quick. Hopefully you guys can hear that. See if I can pick it up with its own glove. There you go, guys. You guys can see just how sticky these really are. So, all right, definitely a sticky glove. Definitely seems to be pretty breathable. These finger caps are nice and tight. They hug your top of your fingers real nicely. Soft neoprene cuff. Overall, it's a pretty nice design too. I love how Cutters has done the solid look. They've done the solids look for a very long time. So obviously this is their solid blue. Then you have the solid red. And then lastly, you have the solid black. And I think they have white too. So there you guys kind of have it. There's my first impression unboxing of the Cutters Rev Pro 5.0 very excited to test these out and give you guys my thoughts in this next segment. We're going to kick things off by talking about the fit of the glove, and overall, these fit pretty good. This updated back of hand material that they use for the Rev Pro 5.0 is very compressive, but it also allows for plenty of flexibility, so it feels really good. Now, I do want to point out that this material on the back of hand is definitely not as compressive as other brands, but it definitely allows for a lot more mobility and it feels a lot more lightweight. With these gloves, you're going to get a lot of freedom on the back of hand, and then at the very tips of the fingers, it's going to fit really tight. These gloves have these little finger caps, and what that does is it prevents the glove from twisting when you're making a catch, but it does feel really snug. It is tighter than other brands, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. One thing I do really love about these gloves is this neoprene cuff. It's got a nice diamond stitch to it. It's a very soft material. It feels really snug on your wrist, and it also gives you a little bit of support because of how thick this strap is. So it fits really good and helps lock the glove down to your hand. Overall, these are a really good fitting glove. You're going to have a lot of freedom in the back of hand, like I mentioned earlier, but once you get down to the very tips of your fingers, it's going to fit really tight and the glove's not going to move around on you too much. From a comfort perspective, I absolutely love this back of hand mesh. It's soft to the touch, it's really lightweight, and it's also super breathable. When wearing these gloves, the hot air is able to escape easily because of that thin back of hand, the nice ventilated part on the side of the fingers, and then the actual ventilation holes in the palm of the glove. One thing I'm not a huge fan of with these gloves is how tight the tips of the fingers are. I think they're just a little bit too snug for my liking. It's just a little bit different from what I'm used to, but it's not necessarily a bad thing because you do want to have that tight fit so they don't twist on you. And lastly, again, reiterating what I said in the fit part, I do love this neoprene cuff. It's super soft, super cushy, and it feels great on your wrist. Next thing we're going to talk about is the grip. Just like all Cutters gloves, these have their famous SeatGeek grip. These gloves are pretty sticky, as you guys can hear right out of the package, but their durability is where they dominate the game. With most gloves, if you guys get water, dirt, dust on the palms, you're going to start to lose that grip. But with Cutters, they keep working for you, and that's one of the reasons I have loved Cutters grip for years. Another big feature of their SeatGeek grip is that it is a thick material, and I'm pretty sure the entire layer is made of the same grip material. So once that top layer fades, there's more grip for you. They have recharge, so the grip never really truly fades until you really wear down this thick layer of grip. Now lastly, my absolute favorite thing about Cutters gloves, and I've tried to tell as many people as I could since I started wearing Cutters gloves years and years ago, you guys can throw them in the washer and dryer and they will come out basically brand new. What other gloves do that? If there is rain, snow, or like a muddy day in the forecast, I'm wearing Cutters gloves because they literally will keep working, and that's just not something you get with other gloves on the market. Overall, the grip on Cutters is probably my favorite on the market because of how durable it is and how much you can throw at it and how much they just keep working for you over and over. So there you go. The next category we're going to talk about is protection, and since these are a true receiver glove, there's pretty much no protection whatsoever. Like I've mentioned a couple times now, the back of hand is just a thin mesh, so you're not really going to get any protection whatsoever. Next thing we're going to talk about is style, and I absolutely love how the Cutters Rev Pro 5.0 turned out. I love the look of solid gloves. I think it's super clean, super subtle. But if you guys look closely at these gloves, they've also included some really cool design elements. The top of the finger caps are pretty cool. They've got these little, I think those are trapezoids, triangles kind of in there. They've got diamonds that run up and down the fingers, diamonds on the back of hand, their subtle C Cutters logo right there at the knuckles. And then my favorite part is this little RP5 just subtly embedded above the strap. I'm pretty sure that the Cutters Rev Pro 5.0 comes in a whole bunch of colorways. You have your solids like the blue, the red, the black, the white. Now the final thing we're going to talk about is the price of these gloves. These gloves retail for $50. I'd say $50 is a fair price because that's the same price as similar stuff from Nike, Adidas, Under Armour. Pretty much every solid receiver glove right now goes for about $50, and these are no different. They're right up there with those gloves as far as performance and durability goes, so I think $50 is a fair price. Overall, these are a pretty good, solid fitting glove, really comfortable, excellent SeatGeek grip. Can't say enough good things about SeatGeek grip. And for $50, it's pretty much the whole package. You have a glove you can wear every single game, no matter what the weather is. Throw them in the washer, dryer. They're good to go for the next game. And they look really clean. Like I said, I love the solid. I love the simplicity. I think these are a super stylish, great glove for only 50 bucks. There you guys have it. There's the full unboxing review on the Cutters Rev Pro 5.0. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, considering like, comment, subscribe for more videos just like this one. My name is Devin, also known as FBE, and thank you guys so much for watching another episode of Footballrs.